Ready? I grew my game from 0 to over 100 million views on social media and over 1 million players in 6 months. And I learned how to do this not from studying other indie games and how they grew. I actually learned how to do organic growth stuff specifically from studying Gen Z women entrepreneurs building fashion and beauty brands. Now hold on, I know what you might be thinking. What can I learn about growing my PC or mobile game from a business that sells makeup sponges or mascara? I get it, I would have said the same thing once upon a time, but actually Gen Z women founders are by far the most cracked viral marketers that exist in the world today. The content strategy that they use to grow skincare, makeup kind of products can be directly applied to exploding a game on TikTok. After studying over 100 of the most viral Gen Z women-led brands, I've boiled down a list of the top 5 viral brands that I personally learned the most from for growing my game and that you can learn from as well for growing your game. Have an open mind for this video. I'll walk through what those brands are, exactly what they did on TikTok to grow their products so huge, and how I adapted their content strategy to explode my game to over 1 million players in a really short amount of time. Okay, Gen Z brand number 1. This woman made £50 million last year, all from filming her eyebrows. Her name is Jess Hunt, and she started Refi Beauty in 2020. And in the first 10 months of being in business, Refi did over £6 million in revenue, largely because of their cracked as hell TikTok strategy. So what is that strategy? Well, number 1, Jess figured out the most cost-efficient way to get 50 quality videos fighting for attention on the For You page every single day. And she did this with micro creators. Jess realized that any piece of content coming from any creator had the ability to go viral on TikTok regardless of how big their account was. If you've ever watched a Gary Vee video, you'll see him saying over and over again, we've moved from social media to interest media, where your follower count doesn't really matter anymore. It's all about how good each individual piece of content is. Jess was like, okay, we're gonna do brute force volume of content with lots of little creators instead of overpaying a handful of big creators with absolutely no guarantees on how their videos will perform. So she took her influencer budget and spread it across 50 small but very promising creators. She didn't just send them a brand kit and let them make whatever they like, by the way. No, instead Jess got these creators into a group chat and ran them through coaching calls, teaching them exactly how to reproduce the exact content that works for her own channels. And pretty much overnight, Refi went from 0 to 50 plus videos flooding TikTok every single day. And for you as the end consumer, all it takes for you to see is like 3 to 6 Refi TikToks over the span of a couple of days, and you start automatically thinking, wait, how have I not heard of Refi? This must be the new it girl eyebrow brand. And then you feel FOMO for not buying it, and then just every bit of magic happens after that. So if we boil down this process for how we can use it to grow a game, these are the steps that I would follow. Number 1, figure out what kind of content works best for your game on TikTok by posting yourself, but also looking at what other studios that are your competitors are doing on TikTok and Instagram and social media in general. Number 2, take the winning content formats that get lots of attention from players and find other small creators in your space that are looking to grow. Number 3, once you've got a list of 50 to 100 or however many you can find, different creators that are making content in your niche, give them access to your game. And for the people that are interested in working with you, teach them personally in group chats and group calls exactly how you made your best pieces of content and show them how you made it so that they can replicate it themselves to promote your game. These creators are really small, so you can pay them based on video performance, which is a win for you because you're paying for actual impressions rather than paying for upfront. And it's a win for the creators as well because they get a new game to make content about and the ability to make some cash if their content does really well. By the way, if you're building a game right now and really want it to be big, you will really like my letters that I write on Substack. It's completely free. I've got nothing to sell you. The link is in the description. Moving on to Gen Z brand number 2. This lady sold 2.4 million brownies on TikTok. Let that land. Her name is Kanita Ramaksiku and she's the founder of Brownie God. She started making brownies in 2019 in her parents' flat, getting about 2 orders a week, really low volume. Fast forward 4 years, she's built a £20 million brownie empire off the back of her viral TikTok. So what can you learn from Kanita and Brownie God for growing a game? Well, Kanita is one of the first entrepreneurs to realize that TikTok is a platform that values behind the scenes footage as much, if not more, than the finished, polished product. Brownie God's most viral videos are not some super artistic, beautifully well-edited shots of brownies. They're mostly just Kanita showing us her commercial kitchen and how she mixes the batter and decorates the brownies and packs them for customers. Similarly, if you're building a game right now, don't wait to make content when the game is ready to start selling. Start documenting the process of building the game on TikTok from like way earlier than the game is ready. Tell people when you hit setbacks or show people how you're designing the art style. Even if you don't post the content now, when you come close to having your game ready to get wish lists or even for people to buy, you'll really thank yourself for having a backlog of content where you can show people the journey of building your game. Thanks, Kanita. Now on to Gen Z brand number 3. This girl went from being a cleaner for £10 an hour to building a £30 million beauty empire all through TikTok. Seriously, do you see how cracked some of these like woman Gen Z entrepreneurs are? Her name is Chloe Walsh and she's the founder of a brand called Klamana, which is a makeup brand best known for their marshmallow face sponge, which you do makeup application with. Or is it removal? Chloe started the brand with a £500 loan from her grandma, grandma by the way. Fast forward to today, Chloe's marshmallow sponges are in Sephora, Beauty Bay, and used by Jeffree Star, Nikki Tutorials, and basically the entire YouTube makeup mafia. Here's what I took from Chloe, learnt from Chloe. Here's what I learned from Chloe about growing a game on TikTok. Number 1, Chloe is obsessed with optimizing the first 2 seconds of her TikToks. She basically tests loads of different hooks, like more than anybody else that I've really seen, which is something that I took on board when I was growing my own games. Remember, if you're trying to go viral on TikTok, you've got 2 seconds to stop somebody's thumb from pushing your video away on the For You page. The other thing that Chloe does better than almost every other brand that I've seen on TikTok is that Chloe is the brand. Klamana and Chloe are not separate things on TikTok. Klamana is just Chloe pushed out. Some indie game devs are already pretty good at humanizing themselves through content. I mean, you've got David Waylay, who made the first tree. You've got Mavericks, built by Matt Jones. Sometimes see indie devs specifically avoid posting indie style content because they want to make their studio feel bigger than it actually is. This is such a mistake. Just own being the underdog and use it to your advantage. The gaming community especially will like you more for it. Thank you very much, Chloe. On to Gen Z brand number 4. This girl went from selling £10 logos to building a £100 million fashion empire all through TikTok. Her name is Amy Smale and she's the founder of Odd Muse, a high fashion brand for young women that love the kind of clothes that you wear in Gossip Girl or something like that. Fast forward 4 years, Odd Muse is now worn by Eleven from Stranger Things, people that go to Wimbledon, and like a bunch of these celebrities. She's done incredibly well. So what the hell did Amy do to grow Odd Muse so quickly on TikTok? Odd Muse have been posting about 2 to 3 TikToks a day, every single day for the past 4 years. Every single game studio founder that has ever come to me for marketing advice suffers from a chronic case of overthinking. Everything needs a conversation and a strategy, and every piece of content needs some grand reason to exist. Forget all of that. If you want to grow your game or actually grow anything on TikTok, I'm sorry, but there is just nothing that beats consistently showing up every single day and putting content on the For You page. Thanks, Amy. And finally, onto Gen Z brand number 5. This girl got brutally rejected on Dragon's Den and still built a £40 million hair oil brand all through TikTok. Her name is Lucy McLeod and she's the founder of Hair Syrup, best known for their dandruff curing hair oils. I'll cut to the chase here. By far the best thing that Lucy does in her content that I stole to grow my game is that she doesn't just show, she doesn't just tell, she does show and tell. All other hair oil dandruff cures on TikTok either do one of 2 things. They either show you the before video and then the after video with absolutely no dialogue sharing the kind of healthcare journey, or they do these clinical, like really cold interview style videos with someone that tells you how much the product helped their hair, but with no visuals or documentation of the actual process of the product working. Lucy scrapped all of that and instead did show and tell in the same video, where she basically realized the best way to talk to her audience was through posting relatable progress videos where people could see the product in action, but also adding a voiceover talking through how she felt on her hair health journey. That's a hard thing to say. So that viewers could become emotionally attached to the journey, but also get really excited by the end result. We took this show and tell concept and used it to grow a game by showing on screen the kind of visuals of the game, the different mechanics and the storylines inside the game, but we also added a voiceover talking directly to the end viewer of the video about how the different characters would make them feel, or the different quests that they would enjoy depending on their mood. So to wrap the video in a nice little bow, here is a summary of all the content strategies that I personally used that I got from Gen Z women entrepreneurs growing fashion brands. And pay attention to this list because this will really help you grow your game. Number 1, stop overthinking and just start posting. Number 2, don't be afraid to show the behind the scenes of you building your game. Your TikTok should feel more like a dev journal than a wall of like just polished ads. Number 4, once you find winning content formats, try and get as many small creators in your niche to recreate your exact winning video about your game. TikTok is a brute force platform rather than a beautiful art gallery. Number 5, if you're going to optimize your content, optimize the first 2 seconds. That's where you get the biggest needle mover in terms of video performance. Number 6, own being the underdog. People love supporting the underdog, especially in the gaming community. Don't shy away from how small and vulnerable you are, play into it. And finally, number 7, don't just show how cool your game is, don't just talk about how cool your game is, do show and tell together in the same video. I personally followed this advice every single day for 6 months straight, and it made my game massively viral. I got 1 million new players that I otherwise would have had to pay for with Facebook ads. And if you just stay consistent and you've actually built a good game, making it rip like wildfire is essentially inevitable. Good luck.